you been scammed by a non-existent home construction contractor? And would you know what to do to recover or even protect yourself from these scammers? And why does this matter? Here's the law. Salesperson knocks on your door. They are friendly, professional, and persuasive. They show you a business card with a company name, phone number, and a website. Everything looks legit. You agree to have windows and patio doors installed. You even go as far as paying them a $5,000 deposit because they were so persuasive. They promised to start work on your project next week. The only problem is that they never showed up. The phone number is disconnected. The website is gone. The business simply doesn't exist. You have been scammed, and you're not alone. Police across Canada have investigated door-to-door sales frauds that victimized over 200 people, with some even losing their homes. So today, we're going to break down exactly what your rights are, how to get your money back, and how to protect yourself from ever falling for these scams again. So let's start with the good news. The law is on your side. Under Ontario Consumer Protection Act, if you sign a contract for $50 or more at your home, you have a 10-day cooling off period to cancel the contract for any reason. No penalty, no questions asked. But here is the even more powerful protection. If the seller engaged in unfair business practices, like using a fake business card, false contact information, or misrepresenting their credentials, that's a prohibited practice under the Act. So, if you were induced into a deal by false, misleading, or deceptive representations, you have the right to cancel the contract and get your money back. And here is the kicker. You have up to 1 year to cancel if the business misrepresented their products or services to you. The seller must refund your deposit within 15 days of receiving your cancellation notice. Here's exactly what you need to do. Step 1. Send a written cancellation notice, not a verbal call, nothing like that. Put it in writing. This is your most powerful tool. Under the Consumer Protection Act, you can cancel the contract and demand a full refund. Put it in writing, state clearly that you are canceling the contract under the Consumer Protection Act. Keep a copy for your records, send it by email and or by registered mail, so there's no question whatsoever as to whether or not the seller received your cancellation notice. Step 2, report the scam. More often than not, people, especially if the amount is not a large amount, are either embarrassed, can't believe they allow themselves to be scammed, don't report it. In this case, you need to report this to the authorities. Consumer Protection Ontario and any other authorities that have power to do something about this. File a complaint. They will respond within 15 business days. You can file a complaint to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre, CAFC, and they monitor and report fraud incidents, including, warning the public about potential places that to avoid for these kinds of scams. Report to your local police. This is a crime. File a report. You can also report to the Competition Bureau if the scam involves deceptive marketing practices. Step 3, contact your bank or credit card issuer. If you paid by credit card, you may be able to file a chargeback. Contact your bank immediately and proceed with this request. This is often the fastest way to get your money back. Step 4, consider small claims court. If the scammer doesn't refund your money, you can sue them in small claims court. In Ontario, the small claims court limit is now $50,000. This is one of the best and less costly way to recover your money. The process is designed for self-representation litigants. You don't need a lawyer. to go to small claims court. A homeowner in Nova Scotia won $20,000 in small claims court after suing a shady contractor. A warning: winning in small claims court doesn't necessarily guarantee that you will collect your money, especially if the scammer has no assets or has disappeared. Enforcement can be difficult, but it is still an important step to hold these scammers accountable. Now, let's talk about prevention, because prevention is way better than finding yourself in the middle of this scam. Here's how to avoid falling for this scam in the first place. Step number 1, never pay a large deposit upfront. Experts warn that if you are faced with a sales pitch and it's a requirement to pay a large sum deposit, don't pay a deposit before you do it. A legitimate contractor may ask for a small deposit for materials, but a $5,000 upfront payment for a job that hasn't started is a major red flag. Number 2, verify the business independently. Do not take their word for it because they give you a business card. Any person can print a business card. Don't trust the business card that they hand to you. Do your own research. Check the company's GST, HST number on the Canada Revenue Agency website. Search for their company on the Better Bureau, Business Bureau platforms. Ask for references and contact them. Verify they are real customers. Check online reviews and ratings. There's so many tools out there that it is so important to make that independent verification for your own peace of mind. Step 3, get multiple quotes. Get at least 3 estimates from 3 different contractors. That way, you are shopping smartly. Be wary of quotes that seems too good to be true. If you know something costs $3,000 to complete, and somebody came offering to do it for $1,000, you should ask yourself, is this legit? Number 4, get a written contract. The contract should include the contractor's full name, address, phone number, and HST number. It should clearly define the scope of work, timeline, and payment schedule. Avoid door-to-door offers. Legitimate contractors don't typically go door-to-door soliciting for business. If someone shows up unannounced and pressures you to make an on-the-spot decision, that is a red flag. Number 6, check for license and insurance for these businesses. Ask for a proof of liability insurance and business licenses. In many municipalities, contractors are required to be licensed. So, in sum, here's the law and here's your move. If you have been scammed, send a written cancellation notice at once. Report to Consumer Protection Ontario, the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center, and the police. Absolutely. Contact your bank for a chargeback. Consider a small claims court application to protect yourself. Never, ever pay a large deposit upfront. Verify the business independently. Get a written contract. And whenever you can, avoid door-to-door offers. You have rights. Use them. This is iChat Law, where the law gets real. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share. And also turn on your post notifications so that you can be the first to hear of our next post. Until then, know your rights, protect your future. Now you know.